series of bits.
Over the next 3 months, we'll tell you everything you need to know about computer games.
But don't worry if you're not a classic hardcore button basher, because we'll be sparing you all that train spotter nerdy info and dishing the shit that counts.
And with more and more interesting hardware hitting the shelves every single week, from super consoles and mini consoles, web TV and video phones, you can expect that computer games are going to be coming at you bigger, harder, longer and faster than ever before.
So, save yourself the effort and enjoy the crack by staying tuned to Bits on For Later.
With the high-powered PlayStation 2 looming on the horizon, are the days numbered for the original super console, the Dreamcast? We compare the PlayStation 2 megastar lineup with Dreamcast's forthcoming internet-ready titles.
And if you are going to order yourself a PlayStation 2, we take a look at the top 3 titles in our Bits Battle of the Beat-em-ups.
Pokemon.
Now let that be the end of it. Right, time for this week's gaming news. For a year now, we've enjoyed the superior graphics and speed of Sega's Dreamcast. Next year, old-timers Nintendo and newcomers Microsoft will be shaking up the scene with their brand new, beefed-up machines.
In the meantime, Sony will be unleashing their new creation onto the public. It's the PlayStation 2.
The Japanese have had their PlayStation 2 since the spring, while the rest of the world has waited and waited for the global launch.
Well, come November 24th, the world need wait no more. However, according to the shops, most of the UK machines have all been taken up by advance orders. PlayStation 2 fever has hit before the damn machine has been launched.
Time for the once mighty Dreamcast to be very afraid. Is the PlayStation 2 going to send out on a slow and painful death?
Well, that all depends on you. Here are the pros and the cons.
Well, for £299, your PlayStation 2 will not only run your games, but also play your DVD movies. Your Dreamcast can't offer that attraction.
No, but then again, you can pick up a Dreamcast for roughly half the price.
So what does that leave? The internet. Internet access on these machines means logging on to games against opponents from around the whole world, as well as all the usual email malarkey and shopping without the bags.
Anyway, the internet situation is pretty clear. PlayStation's online world doesn't appear until next year, modem not included, while you can surf right now on the Dreamcast.
There's not a huge choice of online Dreamcast titles at the moment, but by the time the first PlayStation 2 arrives, Dreamcast's online gaming will have come of age.
All that's left is the very reason we buy any console, the games. So let's take a look at what's available on launch day and beyond. For the definitive word in racing games, few titles come close to the Gran Turismo series. The polygon detail is simply stunning this time round, but that's just about all that's new. You'll have to press hard on the touch-sensitive features of the new PlayStation 2 joypad to squeeze any more juice out of this game. As yet, a release date is unconfirmed, but don't expect this new GT until next year. I guess they'll have to call it Gran Turismo 2001.
You've got to sock it to somebody, and who better to give you some top tips than a beat-em-up like Tekken Tag Tournament.
Round 1, fight!
Faster than before, more spectacular than ever, and now with a team player feature. Yes, in this latest Tekken, not only do you get lots of support from computer-generated bystanders, but you also get to team up 2 against 2. Hence, the Tekken Tag. Tag. It's certainly a popular series, but it's not the only beat-em-up you can buy for this machine. We'll be taking stock of some of your other PlayStation 2 martial arts favorites later in tonight's show.
But if all that earnest Oriental martial arts violence is a little too much for your coconut hot dog brain, then check out this little number.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ready to Rumble started life on the Dreamcast nearly a year ago. This sequel has also been versioned for the PlayStation 2, which is nice as it certainly is an unusual game, combining full-on beat-em-up aggro with some of the dumbest comedy touches. You tame, you train, they bust up their brains. Men, women, big folks and skinny folks all collide together in this update of a colourful classic.
The next game in this PlayStation 2 rundown is just plain odd. Once there was a two-dimensional land called Oddworld. From it came a game called Abe's Odyssey, in which a disgruntled meat packer started a revolution. This was followed up with Abe's Exodus, until finally they cooked up a third in the series and a new character called Munch. The game is called Munch's Odyssey. The chief innovation of this PlayStation 2 title is that for the first time, Oddworld is a 3D experience. And blimey, does it look good! This, by the way, is not the pre-game movie, but the game itself. Wow.
Skulls out and bovril and pies all round. It's footy time with International Soccer Star 2000.
ISS 2000 is arguably the football simulator of the game's connoisseur. While the FIFA series is replete with real player details, ISS is pure football. You won't learn any facts to bore barmaids silly with down at the pub, but you will get an accurate treatment of the beautiful game. Some might say it's more accurate. If you're a blooter the ball up the pitch kind of player, then it's game over for you, pal, because this game won't stand for it.
One title that's appearing on 3 high-powered platforms is shooter sim Silent Scope.
Here's Alex with the lowdown.
If the moral majority ever needed a scapegoat for clock tower psychos, Lee Harvey Oswald, and the odd, far-sighted, delusional stalker, well, Konami's Silent Scope, the sniper sim, could just possibly be presented as the alleged main packer. But hey, what could be better than lining up your prey in the crosshairs and letting rip? At least they cast you as the good guy. It all began in the arcade halls. You know the routine, you know the game. It sits in the darkest, broodiest corner of your local arcade, surrounded by twitchy people in dark glasses. But don't be put off by the social freaks. Shove a coin in the slot, pick up your lovely big gun, and cream the bad guys with precision and excellent timing. With the original arcade box, you get this huge screen and a sniper rifle-esque hunk of plastic with its very own mini LCD screen. As the good guy, you've got to save the president and his family from the bad guys. Swing your weapon towards the offenders and peer through the magnifying eyepiece to line up your ignorant victim. Pick them off and get additional time for headshots. Kinda sick, but hey, it's a job. But no longer willing to shell out pound after pound after pound, today's console kids are demanding sniper simulation in the comforts of their own homes. Thankfully, the next gens are here to deliver those chunks of brain right into your lap. Jackie O style. The Dreamcast is the first to deliver this bloody pulp to your living room. Sadly, the people who brought you the virtual fishing rods poo-pooed the idea of supplying a virtual assault weapon with this game, so there's no customized controller. But does that matter? Although the graphics are arcade perfect and the little animations of dudes falling off buildings gives you that same proud little tingle, nothing quite beats the feel of that toy gun butt lodged in your shoulder. Instead, you lock and load with the sniper vision that's already on screen. You move your cursor with the analog stick, and to get the full view, you press and hold the left trigger button. Not quite, but let's see how this game plays on the PlayStation 2. The upcoming PlayStation 2 version ain't much better. Yeah, it looks nicer, crisper, and the sky looks bluer than on the Dreamcast, but the controls still suck. But don't dismiss it yet. Silent Scope is still an extremely addictive piece of software and better for humanity than doing it for real. If flesh and blood ain't your body bag, but you still like the of the silencer, then head down to your local arcade, shove the goths out of the way, and insert coin. Next up, Emily goes around the world with some modern magic on the Dreamcast.
For years, multiplayer console gaming has meant one thing. A crowd of gamers huddle around a TV screen split into impossibly tiny quarters. PC gamers have had it different. With online games, they didn't even need to be in the same room or even the same country. Now all that's about to change with a raft of new online games for the Dreamcast.
First up is Phantasy Star Online. Originally a role-playing game for the Sega Saturn all those years ago, this has been rethought for the web. If the ad campaign is to be believed, it will have you communicating and gaming with all the 6 billion people on this planet.
Welcome to the world of Phantasy Star Online.
Well, the hardcore can just pick up their toys and get back in their prams because Black and White is about to hit the Dreamcast.
Undoubtedly, Black and White is one of the most awesome games ever. In the game, you play God and are given a creature, which you can take online with you. My only concern is the controls. The game was originally conceived for the PC and an ingenious mouse-only control system was developed. Scarily, mouse-driven gaming never seems to translate well to consoles.
As ever, where would we be without a handful of driving games?
There are 2 on the calendar at the moment. There's the incredibly uninspiring Speed Devils and the really fast Pod 2.
But the ultimate gaming experience for PC gamers has to be the infamous Quake 3. Well, guess what? Come November, Quake 3 will be available to play online on your Dreamcast.
Sadly, there isn't to be a tete-a-tete between PC and Dreamcast, as the 2 systems aren't compatible due to the lack of a certain hard drive. However, a patch for PC players is always a possibility, and there's no game where they're going to want it more than with Quake 3.
So, there you have it, and you better get used to it, because come this time next year, all gaming will be like this, be it on console, on PC, or on your mobile telephone. The whole world is now an arcade.
If you want to find more juicy info about online gaming or indeed anything about the show, then check out our website,
where you can also partake in our Top 50 chart.
Yep, over the coming months we want you to vote for the Millennium Top 50 games of all time. To find out more information and of course to place your vote, go to our website at www.4later.com/bits.
Join us after the break for our PlayStation 2 Battle of the Beat-em-Ups. Welcome back to part 2.
Coming up, we've got our PlayStation 2 Battle of the Beat-em-Ups.
And, well, it wouldn't be Bits without a competition at the end of the show.
So stay tuned for that.
But first, it's time to take a swatch at some of the games available right now.
Here's this week's Bits Shop Shelf.
We've got a triple pack of sports sim action this week with Sydney 2000 in the starting blocks. If you missed all the Olympics magic on the telly or want to relive the whole experience all over again, then what better way to do it than with the official licensed game, Sydney 2000. The whole shebang is here. So go for gold in the 100-metre sprint, the high jump or the freestyle swimming, or whatever it is that tickles your fancy. It's all good, clean, sporting fun. All they've left out is steal the torch, slag the monarch and hijack the event. Struth.
Where would we be without the Football Management Simulator? Well, thankfully, they just keep churning them out. In at number 4 is Football Manager 2001 FA Premier League. Get yourself the sheepskin coat and cultivate that sulky, pissed off on the sidelines expression. You're a football manager now, and it's time to take your club from the lower divisions of the FA right up to the Premier League.
At number 3, the game that everyone's been playing comes from a world of lemon barley water and glimpses at white panties. It's Virtua Tennis, of course, for the Dreamcast. Virtua Tennis is Sega's first attempt at the sport on the Dreamcast and is one of the hottest chart hits of the day, going straight to number 1. Its success stems from its arcade simplicity. Anyone can pick it up and quickly find themselves dashing across court like a pro.
At number 2 is Perfect Dark, but not on the muscle-bound N64, on the teensy-weensy little brother Game Boy Color. Now, how did they manage that? Nintendo know how to please their audience, but they're just plain spoiling them by packing the epic Perfect Dark into the Game Boy. The storyline and characters are the same as the original, but obviously something had to give. And guess what? it's the looks. That said, they've tried every trick in the book to keep it far from the bland, pallid world of Pokemon. Oh, did I say Pokemon? Shit.
And in at number 1 on the bits, it's already out, so you can buy it chart, is a PC game. It's called The Sims. Living it up. The Sims Living It Up is actually an expansion pack for the smash hit original of last year. That game put you in charge of your own family in a bizarre cross between a soap opera and a goldfish bowl. And this was way before Big Brother.
So there you have it. You've got topical athletics with Sydney 2000.
An engaging fantasy football game with Football Manager FA Premier League 2001.
You've got slinky, arcadey racket and ball play with Sega's Virtua Tennis.
There's Maxi Combat on a mini screen with Perfect Dark.
And there's a mad parallel universe where the folks just aren't the same as you and me after all. With The Sims Living It Up.
Right, trollops, let's get out of here. We're out of booze and it's time for the Battle of the Beat-em-Ups.
No library is complete without a beat-em up. So if you're thinking about getting a PlayStation 2, which beat-em up should you get? Now, in the good old days, we could have told you get Tekken. But now, it just isn't that simple.
And with 3 raucous beat-em-ups coming out with the PlayStation 2 at launch, you can expect a little bout of fisticuffs with a couple of punches thrown in there for good measure.
So, let us compare 3 formidable pure form beat-em-ups. Dead or Alive 2, Tekken Tag Tournament, and Street Fighter EX3.
Even though EX3 is the umpteenth instalment of the series, with its famously fast action, tight controls, and now fully fledged 3D, they've added a few new elements to the game. Like the new Tekken Tag, EX3 also has the strategic tag system where characters team up into pairs. But this one has the ability of full-on 2 against 2 combat. The fact that Street Fighter has always been more gimmicky, cartoony, and slightly freak-showish is the reason Tekken fans will always look down upon it. But your street head will be happy to engage in the low-pain, high-gain EX3 experience.
But perhaps you're not interested in special moves and what you want is boobs. Bouncing boobs, cleavage, and puppies that won't stay in the pound. Welcome to the sexiest beat-em-up to make it through the censors. It's Dead or Alive 2. Dead or Alive 2 was released in the arcades in late 1998 and was ported in perfect form last year to the Dreamcast. Now it's defected to the Sony camp. The first thing that bounces into view is the simplicity of the controls. Unlike other lesser offerings of this genre, you can use the boundaries of the arena to great effect. But don't stop at the window or the precarious edge of a cliff. Oh no. Chuck or be chucked to another level and continue to brawl. Be beautiful.
What was once the undisputed champion on the original PlayStation now has a new swagger to its walk. It's Tekken Tag Tournament. In its latest incarnation, Tekken offers you the full range of players from the previous 3 titles, complete with new moves and superlative speed. Here we have the added bonus of the strategical tag. There's a lot to uncover in this edition of Tekken. Tasty indeed.
So, in conclusion, what have we got? Well, we've decided to break these fighting classics down into 3 elements: speed, movement, and looks. Speed fast.
Street Fighter EX3 looks blisteringly fast, but in reality, you only have to press a couple of buttons for a volley of kicks to be executed, so it's not really as fast as these mega attacks suggest. 1 point.
Tekken, on the other hand, provides exactly the genuine response you'd expect from a class title. If you're nimble-fingered enough, the results will show. 4 points out of 5.
Dead or Alive 2 doesn't quite live up to Tekken's standard, but it's not far off. 3 points.
Next category is the moves. Street Fighter is as limited as it always was, leaving the long burn player little to discover. 2 points.
Tekken, however, has a long learning curve as each character is truly specialised in his or her approach to kicking, punching, spinning, ducking, the works. 4 points.
Dead or Alive 2 comes closer than last time. 4 points.
And finally, we move on to the looks of these games.
While Street Fighter EX3 has made the leap to 3D, finally, its backgrounds are stubbornly unimpressive. The perspective we may have, but the detail is missing. 3 points.
Tekken, of course, has never looked better. You'll love all those people jabbing around in the background. 4 points.
But here is where Dead or Alive 2 really excels. And it's down to that groundbreaking transition where characters leap from one scene to another and the camera follows along Matrix style. 5 points out of 5.
So, on the score system, what have we got for these fantastic PlayStation 2 beat-em-ups?
Street Fighter EXE scored 6.
And Dead or Alive 2 scores 12.
Tekken Tag Tournament, also 12.
It's a tiebreaker.
So, it's up to the people to decide. If you want to vote for Tekken Tag Tournament or Dead or Alive 2 to get pole position, then drop us a line at our website, and the address is coming up at the end of the show. Right, like in many sports, video gaming requires some serious skill in the whole hand-to-eye coordination department. So, in true BITS tradition, we've knocked together a simple test to find a hidden gaming talent on the streets of Britain today. And to help us with this, we've employed a giant cotton bud and a bucket of balls. All right, girls, let's go find some talent. I'm going to explain the rules to you. You've got just 15 seconds. We're going to get you on the clock to hit back as many balls. We're going to throw them towards you in various positions, and you just try and hit them back, okay? And if you get all 15, it means you are very, very good at video games. Quick! Hand-to-eye coordination. 1, 2, ow!
And there's 1, and there's 2. Oh, careful there, cowboy.
No. I'm not going
Whoa! And he's oh, he knows. Oh, wait, we got a backhand in there.
He's brilliant.
Stop him. He's really quick.
God. Are you game? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hit them, baby. 1, 2, 3. Ken, you're a master. Ken, you hit the camera and my face. You hit my face. Go, Ken, go. So, Britain, thriving with hand-to-eye to ball coordination. Right, that's us nearly done.
Well, next week we've got the Game Boy Advance, Zelda Majora's Mask, and Prince Nassim Boxing, so stick it in your diary.
But before we go, we've got a little competition to help you lard-ass couch potato gamers get into shape.
Oh yes, this week you could win a year's membership to a health club near you, courtesy of GamesMagnet.com.
All you have to do is answer a straightforward-ish question.
Now, we can't be asked to come up with a new one every week, so we got a bit pissed last night and did all our question thinking in one big go.
And we shoved everything in there.
So, if it all seems slightly random, then sorry.
And the question is, in ancient Greece, there are 17 words for love. How many are there for smegma?
Once again for you, in ancient Greek, there are 17 words for love. How many are there for smegma?
Email us your answers via our website at www.foollater.com/bits. That's so rude.